Hi everyone, welcome to A Day in the Life. It's just going to be a daily vlog. Someone said to me the other day that running a SaaS company and also running an SEO agency while living in Bali must be super hard and super complicated. So I thought I would record a video just taking you through my day. There's literally no plan for this. I'm literally just going to vlog my day. Hopefully it comes out as something that you guys find interesting. The sort of things you can expect in this video: I'm going to give you a tour of the villa I'm living in Bali. I'm going to take you through the coaching call that I've got in 5 minutes. It's currently 5 to 6 in the morning with my coach who's in the US that I paid thousands and thousands of pounds to get access to. He grew a SaaS business to 9 figures a year, so yeah, super helpful call. I'm also going to take you through the co-working space that I work at and other things that I get up to while living in Bali. If you watch any of my previous vlogs and YouTube videos, you know that I travel a lot. And I'm also going to share some tips of what it's like to actually stay productive while traveling, while working, because a lot of people say, oh, you can't stay focused in Bali. You can, don't listen to them. You just got to be disciplined, and I'm going to take you through that in this video. So we're just finishing up the coaching call and we have Brendan Coogan here. Brendan, would you mind briefly explaining what the mastermind is and what you sort of do for entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so the mastermind's called Serviceable, and we help online service-based businesses scale and get to where they want to be.
Cheers, Brendan. And for those, like before I started working with Brendan, I'd never worked with a coach, and Brendan will know pretty well all the different things that I was like unsure of. I would say obviously do a lot of figuring out whether it is the right coach for you and the right coach for your position, the work you're willing to put in and your goals. But in general, I would say working a coach is going to be one of the best things that I've done for my business, and the journey that all of us are going in the program together is super cool. One thing we forgot to mention is he grilled me for both in sales calls and also on YouTube videos. He said, Henry, you don't look like you want to be there. And just to say to you guys watching the video, you probably know I'm pretty monotone at times. I think it's because I've just been drilled over the years just to like, don't get too used to the highs in business, don't get too used to the lows, which keeps me pretty level at all times. But I absolutely love what I do. I love the coaching calls, I love recording YouTube videos, and probably I'll look pretty depressed at the start of this video. That isn't the case. So yeah, it was a super useful coaching call, and I am just about to go to the gym. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I get up to while training CrossFit in Bali. And as you can see here, this is the setup that we've got at our villa in Bali. That's where I've just been working from. And this is a nice pool area. As you can see, we've got a little slice of heaven here. We're super secluded. There's no noise. It's literally just the stars at night, as well as this green area to the back, which we've absolutely loved. And then the bathroom really probably is my favorite feature. And then this really is what makes it special. Me and my girlfriend Robin run a travel blog. So one of the reasons we travel, other than the fact that we love it, is because we actually get paid to travel. So it's super cool, and I'm super appreciative that this actually is my life. Robin and I have just been chatting, and like one of the difficult things about traveling and moving around is sometimes you can feel isolated, and sometimes you can feel like you are alone. And like the biggest thing to remember is like stick to your routine, keep at it, and remember that to spend time in places like this and for this to be your reality, you can't be normal, you can't live the life that most people live, and yeah, it has to be different, but it's not that different. As I'm about to show you, the things that I get up to aren't super hard for people to do. Most people can do what I do. I'm not that talented, so let's get started with the day. So I've just finished getting ready and I'm about to head off to Nebula, which is a co-working space that I'm at. Super cool vibe, and yeah, it's about a 5-minute scooter away. And I'll just give you a quick tour around now. Thank you. vlogging today.
Oh,
doing a day in the life.
Oh yeah.
So this is Ibrahim. Do you want to give a little bit of an intro?
My name's Ibrahim, 28 years old, conscious entrepreneur out here.
It's a pretty sick place.
Like, you've got some plants, you've got some good people, you can record. We're doing some recording right now.
Yeah.
And you've got the cold plunge out back. Got everything you need.
So I've just got into the co-working space, and as soon as I get into this office, I'll just get my headphones on. Like, I don't speak to the team until 3:30, get in a few hours of deep work, and yeah, just like get a real good start to the day. I found that's like one of the best things that enables me to still get stuff done, even when I've got distractions and stuff like that. Again, like, I really want to show you that it is not as hard as you probably think to run a SaaS business. So yeah, I'll get straight into it. I've just had a call with a friend of mine called Cash. He's looking to build a SaaS in essentially the student niche, a automated CV builder backed by AI, and it was such a good chat. Shout out if you're watching this, mate. And he just sort of inspired me to blast out some more YouTube videos around some really smart ideas. So I've got a studio booked for an hour now. This co-working space, as I'm about to show you, has a studio included in it for free. And what I'm going to do now, I'll just show you, I'm just going to do some research to find out a title idea, a thumbnail idea for the video that I'm going to do. It'll only be 5 minutes and you'll get to see the behind the scenes stuff of the studio and stuff like that, but it will just be a 5-minute video. And it's a little bit thought-provoking, particularly if you're a developer watching this. So recording done, I've done like a 5-minute YouTube video, got that out of the way, and then Ibrahim, who you saw earlier in the video, he came in and was about to drop some wisdom, but because I'm new to all this like vlogging and YouTube stuff, I couldn't figure out the settings on my camera. It was stuck in slow motion, so sorry to my editor for like trying to figure that one out, but yeah, that's gone really well. I've got about an hour and a half's deep work to do. So you can see that is my schedule for today. About an hour and a half's deep work now, a couple of meetings, a sales call, and then a big break before my last call finishing at midnight. You can see tomorrow is an absolute dreadful day. I've literally got back-to-back meetings from 3 until 11:30, so that day is going to be dreadful. And this is probably a bad example of what you should be doing. I recommend for like any entrepreneur and anyone that's trying to grow a business, you want to make sure that you've got enough time in order to get deep work done and get the stuff done in the day that you need to get done. Tomorrow, I'm going to find that really hard because I finish at 11:30 and I've got calls from 3. That's like 7-8 hours of back-to-back calls, which is just going to absolutely write me off. Today I've got sort of stop-start. I would make sure that you prioritize getting your calls together and minimizing the number of calls that you've got in a day. Because like looking at this, you can see I've got like a little slot here, call, little slot, call, little slot, call. During this period, I'm not going to get anything realistically done. It's just going to be impossible. I'm not going to be able to get focused. It's probably the reality of running two businesses. As I mentioned before, I sit on every single customer call. I like offer a strategy call to all of my SaaS clients because I want to get FaceTime in front of them. So that's why I've got too many calls. But I have actually started to speak to clients and tell them like, I'm not available at all times of the day. I'm not available to jump on calls at a moment's notice. You need to schedule a call in advance and you've got to make sure that you show up to it, because ultimately I'm extremely busy. I need to make sure that I have the time to be able to do the work, to be able to do the strategy, to be able to put the systems in place so we are delivering what you guys need. And that is no different for a SaaS business. It's no different for an agency. Do not feel bad for prioritizing yourself and prioritizing how you need to work, because ultimately by doing that, your client may be annoyed to begin with, but if you ask them questions, help them understand why it is better for their business and for their goals, then they will understand it, because it's going to help you provide a top quality service. So guys, I have just finished getting in about an hour's of deep work. It's gone pretty well, and then I've got a call with a client before then having a call with a team. One thing I recommend to you that you always do, no matter how much crap you've got going on in your day, whether you're frustrated, stuff like that, leave that at the door. As an entrepreneur, I recommend one of the biggest skills that you develop is learning to be rational. learning to take a step back and learning to address the situation. That was sort of a closing call. They had a number of questions. I worked through it in the meeting and essentially just covered everything that they needed to know. Sorry, I got interrupted there. That's the cons of working in the co-working space. But yeah, I've just closed them as a client, which is fantastic. And it's just, we're very lucky at Rough Water Media that most of the clients, probably all of the clients at the moment in this time, we are extremely confident with the results that we're going to provide them. And I actually say in sales in general, if you're trying to sell people, it's not going to work. You always, in every sales call, need to go into it trying to figure out the best solution for them as a business. Because if you don't do that, you're going to sign clients where you don't align, you're going to come across as forceful. That's just not what you're going to do. And they complimented me at the end. They said that they're feeling really confident, and there's very few people that they speak to that they believe are going to put everything into helping their business, and that is because I genuinely will do most things in order to help my clients, because that's ultimately what I want to do as a service. I want to have an 11-star experience and 11-star results, and that's exactly what we're going to work towards. So yeah, it feels nice to, I guess, have another client on board. However, that is just a result of the hard work that the team's doing, and I've got a little bit of work just to finish off now before then closing the day. And then my last call tonight is at midnight, so I'm going to have a little break, a little relax now, and go back and see Robbie, my girlfriend, because I haven't really seen her too much over the past couple of days, and then get straight back into it. And as you can see, this co-working space just has super, super cool vibes. I don't think there's really anywhere better to work. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little insight into to what goes into running a SaaS business and SEO business remotely. So that call ended up being a no-show. I used to get super annoyed when stuff like that happened, but at the end of the day, you've just got to remember that people have got their own lives, people have got their own stuff going on, and I just need to improve my reminder process to make sure that people do show up to calls. So yeah, I'm going to head back home now, grab a little bit of food, and then get ready for my evening calls. So I am all back home now. I've ordered food. I don't usually order food 3 times in a day, but today's been absolutely hectic. I'm just getting some work done on the sofa at the moment. As you can see, there is worse places to get work done. Let's be honest, it's a little bit too hot and noisy to work outside, but I absolutely love it. And it's Bali. There's literally an ant's nest in this table. In that little cranny there's an ant's nest. I've never seen something like that before. And if you want to know, have a little bit of an insight into how geeky I get, I absolutely love ants, and I've been leaving food for them. So that's been a little guilty pleasure while I've been sitting here working and getting some stuff done. But now I'm just going to blast through some emails. I've got a load of stuff that I just want to check before I've got a call in 45 minutes. So it's currently 9:15. I've got a call at 10. And yeah, as I said, it's going to be a late one today, so I've just been spending a little bit of time with Robin. To be honest, that is one thing that's super hard, spending time with loved ones when I'm this busy, but yeah, it's just something I've got to work on, to be honest. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. I will give you a snapshot of my call at 11 p.m. before then wrapping up the day. Wave to YouTube.
I know YouTube.
What would you say to YouTube about treating yourself and rewarding yourself with chocolate?
See, I always think you should always have room for chocolate, because it actually is one of the main food groups. If you didn't know already, you learnt it wrong at school. So you should always include a bit of chocolate in your day, because life would be boring. And you should always reward yourself with everything.
And as Alex Hormozi says, never skip dessert. Do you know who Alex Hormozi is?
I do now.
Never skip dessert.
Never skip.
And he's made a decent bit of money, so it must be right. Well, shoot, so I'm just on a call with a plugin customer. Feedback is gold dust for us. So I'm just going to introduce you to Melissa. I have put her on the spot, so yeah. Sorry, Melissa, I'll just let it zoom in. Would you mind just explaining to everyone what the purpose of the call is and how you've been finding the plugin so far?
Yeah, so far it's been great. I have been using this plugin to kind of help me understand a little bit more about why people are coming to my website and what they're doing when they're there, and how Google is, showing my site. And yeah, it's been really interesting so far. I found so many things to fix that I did not know were issues. So that's kept me busy all week.
Yeah.
And then I was having trouble with one of the features, so I got in touch with Henry about helping me out with it. And yeah, that's what we're chatting about today.
And we are going to skyrocket Melissa's site. And she even mentioned about starting a YouTube channel. So when she does, I'll make sure to feature it on the channel. So there it is, guys. I've just finished my last call with Amari, a brilliant guy and one of the leaders in the Squarespace community. It is 10 past midnight. Probably need to stop doing this to myself at some point. Calls this late. I just want it so bad. I just want success, freedom for my family, freedom for me so bad. It's one of the reasons that I push so hard, and I just feel guilty at the end of these days in their lives because I guess it's not that exciting. You know, I'm not really living the Bali life. Going for breakfast with Robin, my girlfriend, tomorrow, so trying to relax a little bit more. But you know, one of the main reasons like I do these videos about, you know, running a SaaS business isn't that hard, running an agency isn't that hard, because in my opinion, the only thing that you need to put into it and the only thing that I'm really good at is just working hard and putting in that hard yards. And I don't think that is hard. I think that anyone watching this video can put in those hard yards and can put in the work. For me, I'll probably take it too hard sometimes, too fast sometimes, and I'm gonna be working on making sure that like when I close a sales call, when I get these cool things going on with the plugin, that I take the time to enjoy it with my family, enjoy it with my friends, because you've only got one life, right? And you know, if I died tomorrow, I'd probably have a lot of regrets about the things and the fun that I didn't have. But touch wood, I won't die. Touch wood. It's a little bit deep. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now. If you guys have learned anything from this video, hopefully you can see that doing what I do, you know, it's probably not as complicated as you thought. The main thing that is stopping you from getting you where you want to be is putting in that hard yards and putting in the work. So make sure you follow on with my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be sharing, you know, a lot of transparency of what it's like to build a SaaS business, what it's like to build an agency, and just share general lifestyle stuff. Hopefully there'll be a lot more fun stuff to share. And I've already thought about, you know, having a be in the next day in the life video when I share the plugin launch. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.